Hello, listeners. As you can hear, I am back in the studio. I am back and I am well and I am not sick anymore. Thank goodness. And, well, my dad and my half sister took care of me after they heard the miserable attempt last week. Yeah, and I'm just happy to be back again. And without further ado, dear listeners, greetings and salutations, dear listeners and Dream SMP members, and welcome back to Radio SMP. It feels so good to finally be back and to finally bring you news in a proper audio quality. I mean, I have listened to a little bit what I've spouted last week and it just sounded horrible. And I don't only mean my voice sounding horrible and me myself, but the audio in itself. I mean, there was rustling and everything, and I should really be looking out to get a new microphone for when I'd ever be sick again. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. Because, as much as great news as me being back is, there's also something bigger, as in, Big Manifold Hotel. You heard me correct, listeners. Dear Jack Manifold is working on an expansion for the Big Manifold Hotel. He is planning to expand the properties. He has already got a new plot of land for new constructions. Let's see what it holds for us, and let's see how much the price will rise when he does. I hope it doesn't rise too much. I mean, of course you gotta finance everything that he builds right now, or that he lets construct, but I hope it doesn't rise too much that a hotel room there wouldn't be as pricey as somewhere else might be. On the other hand, the B&B Hotel seems to be quite abandoned. I mean, yeah, there are still constructions, and Turbo and Ranboo are seen on premises, but there hasn't been much building done, so I hope that they pick it up soon, because I'd like to see how it looks when it's done, and who knows, maybe someday some of us might get to see it from the inside, in person. That would be cool, though. That would be really awesome. And honestly, I can't wait for that day. That is, might that day arrive. I mean, we all wish for that, but I really do hope that it arrives for all of us, that this wish comes true for as much people as possible. On the other hand, right behind the hotel, in the backyard, if you will, at the watchtower that Tommy Innit constructed, there have been sightings of Tommy Innit, Turbo, and Ranboo working together on something that looks a lot like a very powerful TNT cannon. Now, I don't know if what's supposed to be like a little secret operation, but it definitely stopped being secret at the moment when they started bombarding the beach right next to the prison. Multiple times. Now, I know Tommy has this whole thing going on with him wanting to kill Dream and everything for what he had done to not only Tommy, but probably also to Ranboo and Turbo. I mean, they were part of it too. And what Dream all in all has done to the whole server and everyone on them. But I don't think making a TNT cannon I don't know what he wants to do with it, honestly. Will help him defeat Dream. If anything, it might help Dream escape, so I wouldn't really trust that. Maybe there's something that I don't see and I don't know about because I'm not really there in person and can't be and can't look at every detail. But I don't think that a TNT cannon to break someone out of a prison to kill them is such a good idea. I mean, I get that. In my opinion, Sam Dude would have like a little soft spot for Tommy. Especially Sam Nook would have a soft spot, and then Sam and Sam Nook would definitely have like a little internal fight. which I don't really want to happen. So, I know you might have, or might be in the position to do it, but I know you want to hear this, Tommy, but please don't do it. You've done enough damage with TNT already. I mean, look at the Prime Path. Look at the Prime Path. Seriously. It's not meant to be mean, it's just cautious at this point. I mean, I'm not even talking about solemnly the Prime Path of what happened on Tommy and its birthday, but there have been some other things that been going a slightly little tinsy-binsy bit wrong as soon as Tommy in it had the power to play with TNT as he liked. So maybe, just be a little bit more cautious around it. Like, a little bit more, keep an extra pair of eyes on him. Or maybe an extra pair of 2 eyes. Just to be sure. Just to be sure. I mean, what else could go wrong by giving someone chaotic as Tommy a bunch of TNT, let him loose with the goal to kill one of the most powerful men who we also know has much influence on TNT? Could go wrong. I don't like where this is going. I don't really like where this is going, really not. But enough of that, and I'll give you all a little break of mind.
Ladies is an underground. Its kindred spirits idle drowned. To fire to ward away specters black and blue, hiding in the shadows out of sight. Children died on impact, fighting wars they can't deny. You know why. The fog that never clears, the fog that never dies. Wandering castaways, a precipice of your demise. Drink until you're spent, the river here will clear your discontent. Unless you think your grief means more to you than everybody here. Will you choose to carry? Will you choose to change? Will you try to remember them in all your forfeit days? In your many minutes, in your many years, you'll find you regret it. Still no answer to your tears. Da 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 da. But if gods can bleed, then gods can die. Cold eager on their crown. 9 years in this goddamn prison. One more, we all know how. Only a coward would stick around. Da 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 da. We can show them how to bow. Da 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 da. But for eternity away, 'cause we know that's just a game.
and welcome back, listeners. I just had a good snack, and you listened to Death to Gods and Other Trivial Things by Canna Hoshino Hana. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry, but can we just go back quickly to the Bimbo Hotel? More specifically, the boo part, as in Ranboo. Because apparently, rumor has it that, lately Ranboo has been in this Endawalk state more and more. Well, has been cited in this Endawalk state more and more. Well, I don't know what has been causing this, or what he is even doing during those Endawalk times, but something happened that it definitely, got to the point where it got a lot more frequent and a lot worse. I'm just a little bit concerned about him, especially after that fiasco in front of the prison that happened, where he apparently, witnesses say, has been begging, really, tear streaming, crying, and begging to be put inside the prison. Not as a visitor, not to visit Dream or anything, but be put into prison as a cell inmate. I mean, not that I can really think of that he has done anything wrong, but apparently, if it goes after him, he was saying that there was about 90 plus reasons, and there could even be more. I personally can't really picture it. I mean, it's Ranboo. He's nice. The only thing that he has ever been doing on the server ever since he joined was trying to help things. Good, okay, there might have been this rough beginning when he met Tommy for the first time, I think on his second day on the server that one time, and they've griefed George's house, at that time King George's house, and, well, it started this whole fiasco. But other than that, he was actually pretty nice and always helpful and always mindful, which is quite the surprise now, then. I mean, what could he have possibly done? And if he's talking about, Endawalk states, I mean, he's just walking around, grabbing one grass block and putting it somewhere else, like an Enderman. I mean, that's why it's called an Endawalk, right? Right? But that's not all. After going home, from not being imprisoned, surprisingly, moments later he was seen again in this trance-like Endawalk state. So, I have no idea what's been going on over there with him. I mean, as much as I'd like to, help him, as I think we all do, it still seems a bit strange that, what has been causing this? I thought his life was going well so far. He has a platonic husband, he has an adopted son, he is creating a freaking hotel right now, and, he has friends, and he even, dare I say it, family? I don't know. Okay, he has a family, I just counted on his family as husband and son, but you know what I mean. So, what has been stressing him so much? And as much as I'd like to know that, and I can imagine that you, dear listeners, would like to know as well, I think that's questions, or that is the big unanswered question for another day. We just don't have enough evidence or anything to speculate on that. So, we'll leave that for another time, as soon as we have more information about that, I'd say. And when that time comes, I'd be happy to theorize with you. But until then, dear listeners, I want to talk with you about something else. What, you think I was gonna just end the episode there? without talking about the most obvious news this week. What is happening this week? Of course, I'm talking about the gossip. I mean, who would I be? I wouldn't be Adrion Hollers if I wouldn't look at the gossip somewhere around me. Ow, I just hit my elbow. So, the gossip says that George Not Found, who, is originally married to Ninja, but we all know that marriage is over and gone, who willingly interrupted the wedding of Dream and Fundy, kissing Dream the bride behind the pillar and then just vanishing, has been seen and heard how he was dreaming of his dream. Well, I'm not the one to say anything, but I would definitely suspect that there must be a little crush in there somewhere. I would know about crushes. I've been crushing my whole life. About nearly any person that has shown a little bit of kindness to me. I just now realized how pathetic I am. I mean pathetic as in I start to crush on every second person in my life. I think I even once had a crush on Marina. That's a different topic. Back to the gossip. So, other than that, I have other news, since it's been seemingly going really well in the Kinoko Kingdom, if you know what I mean. Other than that, it's been not going so well between the Kinoko Kingdom and, well, whatever Quackity is doing, because apparently rumors been going out that, well, Quackity was very well invited to join Kinoko Kingdom, the thing that Carl, Sapnap, and George did, but Carl was supposed to invite Quackity, but he didn't. Rumors say that Quackity had no idea about Kinoko Kingdom, has no idea about Kinoko Kingdom. So, I don't know what happened there. But I'd love to know. I mean, and I would love to see them back together. They were so adorable when they were. But, I'd like to see more happening that. Maybe they will get together. Maybe don't. I don't know. Maybe we'll have, or what was it called again? What did they call it? Dream Not Found? George was taking something along that line. You know. George and Dream, maybe... I just had a realization. What if George would want to help Dream break out of the prison? I mean, we all know that Dream said that he will break out of prison, if we believe what Tommy said. And we know that George has a thing for him. Must be, you don't just interrupt the wedding and kiss the bride on the wedding day, when you're not the groom. So, maybe that's something that there should be an eye out for. I'm not really sure though, but I'd like to speculate about that. And another thing I'd like to speculate about is, of course, I couldn't get around it. It's the Red Banquet. The Feast of the Agpire, if you will. It has been advertised for so long now, and it's finally happening. Today. Maybe even... as it airs, it's beginning. It's supposed to be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so... might as well, I'm so excited what's going to be happening there. I mean, I don't really trust it as much. It's the Agpire. Yes, they did. They did see that they did more than one thing wrong with being so damn aggressive and then taking over everything and making everything red with those darn awful looking blood vines. But they did also say that they wanted to bury, and they did say that it was bad, and they even helped clean up everything, and then, making a feast and putting out cake and pie, and I heard shrimp was also there. So I don't know what to think of it. I really hope that it's going to be good. And I really hope that it's not just a trap. And I really hope that, they're going to be nice. Finally. I hope. But I can only speculate. I will not be there. Who will be there? Well, those who got an official invite, as far as my information sources go, is Awesome Dude, Captain Puffy, Hannah X Rose, and Foolish Gamers. Well, I hope they're gonna have a good time there. I hope it's not some trap to, convert people into being part of the Agpire, brainwash them to be part of the egg. And I hope it's really just a fun little party. But considering the history of the server, I highly doubt that, as much as I'd like to believe that it's just pure and fun. But the only thing we can do is wait and see. So, with that, I would say that that's it for this episode. Have a good fun and laugh at the banquet. Let's see what's happening there. I am your host, Adrian. This was RadioSMP, and I bid you all a farewell.